Hello and welcome to another episode of Binocular Insights. My name's Russell and I'm here with Southwest Optics in Torbay. And today we're continuing our series of looking at the best of alpha class binoculars from three main offerings, but today we're looking at two, that from Swarovski and also from Leica. But of course we'll also look at the Zeiss SF in another comparison video. But we're continuing our series looking now though at the 10x42 configuration. Now you may ask yourself, why would I need a 10 compared to an 8? Well, really that boils down to personal choice. But in my experience, if you're looking out beyond maybe 50 meters, some say beyond 300 meters, but certainly beyond 50, you'll start to see an appreciable difference in details of what it is that you're looking at beyond that distance and range. So for static subjects, maybe you're observing some wildlife off at the distance that's not moving particularly very much, then you have a static subject. With that field of view, you're going to be able to see more details than you ever would with an 8 power. 10 just gives you greater views at distance that a wider field of view at a lower power is just never going to give you. So if details are the name of the game for you and species identification, and you want to be as discreet as possible, higher power is really the way you want to go. So what can I tell you about the Swarovski 10x42? Well, the EL range has been the pinnacle of the design from the Swarovski camp since the late 90s really, and in many ways this optic represents the best of eyepiece design that Swarovski have been able to make to date for this EL range, the successor to the SL range. And it has a very nice ergonomic design of a twin bridge. Part of its fame and its notoriety was the smooth focusing system that it has been able to be incorporated within such a narrow bridge, which made it very ergonomic and comfortable to hold. So a very comfortable, easy to use piece with a discrete focusing system inside this narrow bridge. A real triumph of design, and a very complex system made simple to use. Has a locking diopter which you can easily adjust and lock down as and when you need to in use. So what are some of the specifications with the EL 10x42? Well, it has a light transmission of 90%. Now that's really quite significant because it's a worthy competitor to the colour rendition of the Noctiv. At 90%, you're getting all the blues on par with your yellows and greens right through to your red spectrum, even more so than the 8x42 of the EL range. So just that slightly more boosted range in the blues, which is very uncommon for a high quality optic to deliver. But here you have it in the EL 10x42. A really exceptional design piece, and also £400 cheaper than it was a year ago. So a real bargain at just over £1,500. What else can I tell you about it? Well, it has an exit pupil of 4.2 millimeters. So a really good all-rounder for low light in the dawn and the dusk, and for any night observations you might want to make, or even star observations. It yields fantastically bright images. So it's a real joy to use in that way. It's not particularly heavy either. It's quite wieldy at a very reasonable 840 grams. And as we said, it's got this ergonomic feel. And at the front here, you've got the little cap that you can now remove and have the retrofitted bayonet that accommodates the tripod mount from the NL range. They make it available for an EL fit as well, retrospectively. So a nice retro upgrade that you can have made for your now upgraded ELs. Why else are they upgraded? Well, the body armour has also been upgraded to something that is nigh on indestructible. So Swarovski have addressed this and made this now the most robust body armour coating they have ever produced. So another unique upgrade and quality value for money feature on this significantly under £2,000 product. It's a real joy to use. It's still tactile, grippy and warm to the touch. So a lovely optic all ways round. It has a 20mm exit pupil. So if you're using spectacles, you'll find that that's still very comfortable for prolonged use. and with the high quality coatings that it has in low light conditions, you're not really compromising any light gathering right into twilight. It really is a bright and high quality performer at distance, and as we said, a joy to use. Not only that, it also has some other features which are not typical of a lot of binoculars. It has a magnesium chassis, so it's quite strong and robust, but also keeps a very lightweight form factor. So another advantage with being able to take it wherever you go. It's kind of the ultimate all-rounder from the Swarovski camp at a reasonable price. Moving on to the Noctiv, well, we said, didn't we, that the Swaro was a worthy competitor for its light transmission. And why is that so? Well, the Noctiv has a light transmission of 92%, and it achieves that across the whole colour spectrum incredibly well. So again, it has this rich portrait quality, rich centre image details that are incredibly sharp, really pinpoint tack sharp. And maybe only as a result of that, the compromise is that the edge of the view is not quite as sharp as the field flattener produces from the Swaro camp. But nonetheless, it has its stylistic approach in design with a very, very sharp center image, beautiful color rendition, and very highly corrected for glare, thanks to its superbly blackened inner tubes and also proper baffling throughout the whole system. So yeah, it's a really robust item, very well built, it's solid, and will take a real beating in the field, as many have attested to through use in quite arduous situations and circumstances. What can I tell you about the specifications? Well, it has the same exit pupil of 4.2 millimeters, and there's the eyepieces there. Very comfortable ergonomic eye cups, which lock back in when you finish your adjustment, so they don't accidentally get pressed in, nor do the Swarovskis. But a really nice feature, cleverly designed from the Noctiv camp. Just that little bit of attention to detail that makes it really quite sweet in use. It has, as I said, a high light transmission. It has a close focus of 1.9 meters as well, whereas the Swarovski is 3.3. So a significant difference there if you're using it for observing insects, anything close to hand, maybe dragonflies or anything else, flora and fauna, that you want to get up close. Then perhaps this is your main consideration. It is slightly dearer at just around £2,000, but it does come with Leica's own warranty and is built to last, much like the Swarovski is also. So there we have it. If you're looking for a 10 times power magnification binocular, consider either the Swaro or the Leica Noctiv if you really want to get that extra depth and detail in your image. And then if you want to, you can always look at the specifications for your angle of view. And just remember, 1 degree equates to about 17.5 meters. And that way you get a good ready reckoner for your field of view with any comparisons that you may want to make. If you do want to make those comparisons in person, please come and visit us at the Southwest Optics showroom. I'm sure you'll enjoy the experience and be amazed at using these items in person, and come and visit us and try them out for real. Thanks very much for watching.